Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Kelly from Energetically Inspired, and I just did a post that I wanted to share in the live here on TikTok. So, it is really about the secret to healing, to finding happiness, to having that beautiful life that we all deserve, right? Would you like to know what that secret is? Well, there's actually a couple that I really like to share. And for me, they're not actually a secret for those that follow me, because I talk about these things quite often. And I actually teach these tools in my sessions as well, because I really think they're actually the most vital thing that we can have. So the first thing and the first secret that I want to share is consistency. We need to be consistent. We are creatures of habit. So our body and our nervous system and our energy run on pathways. So those ones that we're using all the time, based on our habits, our emotions, our feelings, our fears, are the ones that our energy actually flows through, the nervous system flows through. So when we've been stuck in these patterns that actually make us feel really unhappy, and that, it's actually critically damaging our health, and we're not overcoming obstacles, and we're looping in patterns, we actually need to be consistent at changing those energy pathways. And these tools are really simple. I like simplicity. I myself, on my own healing journey, found it very, very hard to sit and meditate for an hour. I had a young child. My mind was too chaotic. I needed to find things that would actually take me out of the mind, and understanding that actually active meditation is actually being active through those processes. It might be movement, it might be connection to breath. It is actually using our thoughts and intentions to move energy through the body. So really understanding that tools can be simple, and a lot of the tools I teach can be done in a few minutes, maximum of 10 minutes, and it's just actually integrating them into our normal lives. So one of the ones that I really love the most is actually teaching people how to reset their sympathetic nervous system. Because in our society, we all have so much stuff going on that actually activates the sympathetic nervous system. And the problem is that our mind goes into more chaos. We start to see more negatively. We get caught in patterns. Our nervous system likes to run on things that it already recognizes. So if there's something that's upsetting us and bothering us, and it might be an emotion, we might have had trauma, maybe we've had a separation recently, anything that actually causes stress. And it can just be work. Work can be stressful. Our family can be stressful. I'm a single mom. And I tell you what, there's days that are stressful because there's so much to do. And so with our society and the way our society is, our actual sympathetic nervous system is hyperactive. It is consistently being turned on. And so often it is actually on all the time. I see this commonly in my clients, and especially after the pandemic, that it just became this collective energy that people's sympathetic nervous system was not going into homeostasis. The issue is it's going to affect your energy. It's going to affect your mindset. It's going to affect your chakras. It's going to affect your health. It starts to shut down the autonomic healing systems. So, our digestion slows, our ability to conceive children. There is everything that's autonomic, all right? So our metabolism, you name it, it's affected, okay? And especially our immune systems. But the biggest one I found was the head chaos. I couldn't think straight. I was constantly thinking about these other issues, and I was not able to actually think clearly about the things that I needed to do in this moment. So it was affecting my productivity. It was affecting the ability to manage my children, to do the everyday tasks just took longer. And so really understanding that the sympathetic nervous system is also going to stop you from doing new things, because it likes to keep you trapped. It likes safety, and safety is in what it knows. And so often those are the things that have been creating stress. That's become our pattern in our lives. So it's really important to have a process that's simple to actually reset that nervous system, take us into a homeostasis and back to the parasympathetic nervous system, where we actually are calmer, we can think straight, we can connect to what we need to do in the moment. Our immune system turns on, our energy systems turn on, and we start to feel better. We actually have more energy, right? So it's really, really important. The next one that I really recommend that helps with our healing and happiness is having simple energy tools, right? These simple energy tools are super important. Just like you brush your teeth, you shower. I washed my hair today. I cleaning my body. But are you cleaning your energy systems? And I find so often clients come to me, and they're coming to me when their system is so backed up. There's so many other things that are impacting their life. And when our energy is out of balance, so is our life. Our physical body is impacted, our mental health, all of those things start to get impacted. So having some sort of simple energy tool that we just start to draw energy through the body. As we're breathing in, we're drawing it in. As we're breathing out, we're setting the intention to release. We're pulling energy through to the tightness in the body, starting to connect into the body. And this is where the next tip comes in handy. It is self-awareness. Right? We need to be self-aware, and we need to be able to feel. If we are disconnected from our body and in our sympathetic nervous system, or overwhelmed and our energy is blocked, we start to become numb. We stop feeling. We actually start to get very in our head and not being able to actually connect to the real things. We have all this judgment that goes on. We become very critical on ourselves, and we start to project energy at other people as well. We become reactive, right? So our life becomes a mess. So the more that we can actually use consistency, resetting the nervous system, drawing energy in and breathing out the blocks, breathing out, shaking things out, using somatic processes, where we shake things out. Doing these things that are really simple can be really powerful. I mean, I do a shower meditation, and that is literally drawing in the water and the energy of the water and asking it to clear out any dark, negative, heavy energy. And I'll visualize that darkness draining out and going down the drain. And then I start to call in energy. And it's really important that when you do energy practices and you release, you must receive afterwards. So often people release and we leave voids and space in our energy field, which means that if somebody else comes up and projects at you, or you get another really stressful negative thought, you start to call in that energy. And therefore you're carrying that negative energy. So by calling in energy, then it can be your heart energy, it can be rainbow, white light, just positive intention. Keep it simple and trust. Breathe that into the body and receive that so that you're full with that beautiful energy. It is really important. But having self-awareness is not just being able to feel, right? It's also about being curious. So often we are not curious with, why am I doing these things? We don't ask those questions. We don't become our own best friend. Knowing ourselves and knowing why these things happen are so important, because you're going to actually get into the program. You're going to start to see, am I acting from fear? Am I acting from insecurities, or not feeling safe, not feeling loved? I'm worried about abandonment, rejection, all those things. If you start to get really deeply curious, and by all means, do not judge yourself. Judgment only condemns the energy, pushes it back down into the body, and it will come out and play out in a distorted way. So it is super important to get curious with yourself, be your own best friend, and start to get to know, why am I thinking this way? Why do I feel this? Why am I so attached to this person? What do I need? Give yourself what you need, and you are going to be able to move through your healing process so much faster, because you see the program that's playing and you can change it. And again, consistency of changing that pattern means that you're going to actually start to push that into the subconscious, and it will start to play out in your life in a positive way. You'll access healthy neuron pathways subconsciously. So that was a few healing tips today, and I hope that some of you got something really powerful from that. And sorry I spoke fast, but I wanted to give you as much as possible, and we are limited in this time, even though it's a 10-minute share. So I really hope that you guys found something really great about that share today, and I'm just sending you guys all lots of love and healing, and I'm here to help share and support and inspire people to lead into their healing and happiness. Lots of love, Kelly at Energetically Inspired.